Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Laramie and today I have a non-knitting specific video for you. We're still going to talk some about knitting, but I primarily want to make this video because I need to do some repairs on my clothing mainly, and then maybe also this guy. So basically what this video is I'm going to take you with me as I do the things that I need to do, which is repair some of my clothing. So I have about, let's see, 4, 5, 6 things here that I would like to repair. Some of these are more urgent than others. Some of them are just things that I've been wanting to do for years and have yet to do. But I'm going to take you with me on this little journey. A lot of this will be non-knitting related. But I'm hoping you can still get, some entertainment out of it. Maybe I'll just go through the things I want to repair today. So a couple of things that I know that I'm going to do today. I'm going to start with those. The first is I have this pair of dress pants that I love to wear for work. And there is a button. So like it's got your regular snap here, but it also has a button to help secure it, and the button has fallen off. So I want to re-add the button just because I do wear these pants all of the time and I want to make sure they last for a very long time. Next, I have this, I believe this is 100% cashmere sweater that I absolutely love. I got this at Goodwill, but you can see it's got some moth holes. So it's got one right here. I don't know if you can see that. One right there. And then there are several itty bitty ones like on the cuffs. I think there's a few. Yeah, there's one on the back. I'm not trying to make this nice. I'm not trying to make this like professional looking. I love wearing this at home because it's so soft and cozy. And so I just want to like sew these holes closed just so they don't get bigger. But I have no intention of making this like a perfect repair. Maybe later I will, but for now I just want to take some thread and, prevent the holes from getting bigger. I don't have moths, thank goodness, but clearly the person who had this beautiful cashmere sweater did, because there are quite a few little moth holes here, but it doesn't bother me because this is mostly a garment that I'm going to wear at home. So I've actually worn it on the channel a couple of times, and you probably noticed this big hole right here. That's the main one I want to fix. So I just want to get that fixed so the holes don't get bigger so I can keep wearing it in the house. And then the final item that I have to get done today. So I have these jeans. I got these jeans secondhand at a thrift store. I love these jeans. They fit me really well. And they don't fit me really well because they fit me when I bought them. They fit me in the butt and the thighs when I bought them really well. I loved the length. I loved the fit. But my waist is a different size than my hips and my butt. So my hips and my butt are a bigger size than my waist. And so unfortunately, most of my like jeans are really loose around the stomach, but too tight around my thighs specifically. And so what I did was, and I might have to put the mic down to show you this. So I'll tell you what I did and then I'll show it. I basically tailored this to fit my body. However, this is the first time I've ever tailored a pair of jeans. So I didn't do a great job in terms of like making it last for a long time, like sealing it up and making sure that it wouldn't fall apart. But I lowered the waistband in the back because it was too high up on my back. I have a pretty short torso. So I lowered that waistband, and then I also took width out of the top. So I just basically this is gonna be rough, but I basically took a chunk of fabric like in a V shape through here so that it would be tighter around my waist, but not take too much away from the butt. It's not perfect. When you tailor jeans, especially like in that specific seam, you want to do a thing where you like fold the layers over on top of themselves. So like something like this, where they're like really pulling and secure against each other instead of just like this. Well, I tried that. I didn't get it tight enough. I had a big chunk of fabric like sticking out over here. So I just cut that off, which probably not the best choice, but I did. And so I've got some fraying. I have 2 rows of stitching. So there's one row of stitching like right through here. And then there's a row of stitching right by where all this fraying is happening. And so I don't think it's going to come apart anytime soon, but if it continues to fray, it will eventually get past that first row of stitches and then fray continued to the second row, and then the jeans will be unwearable. So what I want to do, and I should have done this earlier, which is why it's so urgent, is I have fray stop. I don't know if this is going to work. This may leave a obnoxious dark line. I don't know. But I'm going to put fray stop on it to hopefully kind of glue those ends so that it doesn't fray any farther, because I do love these jeans. They fit me really well. I love the wash of them, the length. I love how high up they are on my waist, so I can wear like cropped tops without it being like, without showing any of my stomach, which is a look that I really love. So yeah, I am going to attempt to put fray stop on these, and hopefully that will prevent future fraying. I'm not super optimistic, but I would rather try something than like not try anything at all. And maybe later I will add another stitch through the seam. Maybe I'll do that today. I doubt it. But I might. The goal though is to just get that fray stop added. And then things I would like to get to, but probably won't. This one I actually will probably get to because I just want to run this by you. And we'll talk about this a little later on. But I have this cashmere shirt that I love the feeling of, but I don't like specifically this up here. And I don't know that like undoing this and taking it off would fix it. But I'll put it on, I'll show you, maybe get some opinions and feedback. Then the next thing that I would like to fix, these are the socks that I've had forever that I would love to fix. I say I have them forever. I've worn them for like a year, but I've had them for probably 10. But I have this hole. Got snagged in something, created a hole. I need to fix that hole so that I can wear these again, because they're super warm and super soft and super cozy. And my mama gave them to me. So I would like to fix them. And I've been wanting to fix them for years. So if I don't get them today, what's one more day of not fixing them? And then finally my iron broke. It still has water in it, which is not great. I need to figure that out. But my iron, like my sister used it. I'm not blaming you, Shawnee, I swear. My sister used it. It worked for her. She didn't drop it or do anything crazy. She used it as intended. And then I didn't touch it for like maybe 3 months, plugged it in, and it never heated up again. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if something is like jammed, clogged, but I'm not ready to get rid of this and get a new one. I actually got this one at Goodwill. I don't know. I'm not ready to just like throw this away. So I may try to fix this today. If it's not in this video, I may put it in a future video. And by the way, the reason I'm videoing this is to convince myself to do it. Like I want to do these things. Actually, let me rephrase. I want to have these things done, but I'm procrastinating doing them. So I decided, why don't I just make a video and then also get some of this stuff done, and then I can have a friend to talk to while I go through the process of doing the things I don't necessarily want to do, but want done. I am also procrastinating grading. So I'm procrastinating grading by doing the things I have also been procrastinating on. So it's kind of a win-win, minus the whole not getting grading done. But if you are one of my students, it'll get done, I swear, just not today. Or not in this particular moment. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. The first thing I think I'm going to do is find my fray stop and then see if I can put fray stop on those jeans. That's where we're going to start so that those can dry. And then maybe by the end of the video, I can give you an update on what that looks like. A couple things. I need to find buttons. I need to find fray stop because it's somewhere here. I just don't know where. I bought it like a year ago. So it's been a while that I've been putting that off. And then I also need to find or gather up my sewing kit so that I can put that button on and so that I can fix this. And then we'll worry about these other things later. But I'm probably going to reposition you once I find the fray stop so that I can like show you what I'm doing. This is not a tutorial. I'll just let you know. I'm not skilled in anything that I'm about to do. So just sit back, relax, and hopefully have some quality entertainment. All right, let's get started. Theo just threw up on camera when I started making this YouTube channel, I did want to document some things. That was not one of them. Do you have anything to say? No? Okay. I hope you feel better, buddy. Yeah, you're a good boy. Okay. So I found all the things I need, I think. So we're just going to get started. We'll see how this goes. I love that. So on the back, it very helpfully says, do not put an eye. Probably because it looks like an eyedropper. But my lord, that would be terrible. Do not put an eye. Noted. I will not put in my eye. I just want you to know that this is what my pen looks like. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, this one's not going to be usable after this. Oh, we're through. That is some strong smelling stuff. So right here is probably where it takes the most strain. I can see that it's already starting to fray past the line of stitching, but it's still like fully encased in the stitching. Ooh, this smells toxic. Okay. I think I'm gonna call that good. I don't want to overdo it. None of it went through the... Whoa! Yeah, that stuff. Probably not good for your eyes, would be my guess. I think... I don't know if this is gonna work, but I think it didn't do any worse than what it already was. So I'm gonna set this off to the side, reposition you. Or no, I might leave you where you're at. And try this again. Or move on to the next thing, I guess. So set that over there where it can dry. All right, the next priority is going to be my button. Hope you can see my face. I also hope you can hear me with the mic positioned on this ruler. Maybe that's a little better, I don't know. But I just need to see where this button is supposed to go. I do have a big old thing of buttons. I thought I saved the button for this, but I don't know what I did with it. So I'm just going to go through my button jar and find a button that fits through this buttonhole. I think we're gonna go with this little guy because it's black. And then now I need black thread. All right, I don't know much about buttonholes or putting on buttons, but I'm just gonna wing it. I backed you way up so that I can stop hunching like a gremlin as badly. I don't actually need to be in frame technically for this, but I feel like I do, so this is what we're gonna do. All right, as I was saying, I don't know anything about putting buttonholes on. I've done a few, but on the bright side, this doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be functional. And I'm going to try to do it where it doesn't, like there's multiple layers here. And I'm going to try to do it where I'm only sticking the needle through one layer so that it doesn't show through on the backside. So even if I do a terrible job, you won't see it. And by the backside, I mean on the front, like right here where it buttons. So, all right, wish me luck. All right, I lost the button. There it is. I'm happy with that, I think. Cool. Now if this hook comes undone, it'll still look buttoned and that feels secure. Nice. All right, that is two repairs down. Not final repair, but for sure repair that I know that I want to do is I'm going to sew the holes, the moth holes in that cashmere sweater. Now there probably is a way to, and I know there is a way to repair it and make it like with like stitches and make it look like knitting and actually like fix that hole. But I'm not going to do that. I am just going to like do a temporary fix with this light colored thread. It's quilting thread, so it's thick. And it's hand quilting specifically, so it's really thick. It's cotton. But I'm just wearing this at home. I wear it for videos occasionally, but mostly it's just like the softest thing I've ever owned. So I just want it to not unravel. Eventually it probably will, or eventually I will actually learn how to properly repair it with a like proper thread. I guess if I frog this guy, I can use some of this thread, because this is cashmere also. It's just a little darker, to repair that. But for now, I am just going to see if I can stitch some of those ends together and call it a day. I kind of forget how much I really actually like hand sewing. The other thing I need to do for this garment in particular is I need to get a depiller, because it's cashmere, so there are a lot of little pills on like the elbow area. Nothing too crazy, but it wouldn't hurt. However, I'm a little worried, since this is a very fine thread or fine yarn, that the depiller will mess it up. But I also just need to get a depiller for my hand knits also. So that's on the list of things to buy. All right, I was getting kind of chilly. So now that this is fixed at least temporarily. The biggest one is right here, and I don't think you can see it at all. Some of these I didn't do such a great job on, like this one's got some visible mending, but I don't mind that. Again, this is not something I'm wearing to work, and even if I did, I don't think anybody would really notice. But this big one right here was the most important. I just wanted to make sure, there's one right here that you can see a little better, that like, I just wanted to make sure that this wouldn't continue to unravel as I wear it, until I learn the skills to like actually repair it, if I even am going to. But I'm pretty happy with it. As I was sewing, I was trying to pick up the little tiny stitches to make sure that I was tying off all little stitch ends. So hopefully it's secure enough that it won't continue to unravel. Luckily, I don't machine wash any of these. I don't think they can be machine washed. I soak them. Speaking of, I've got a knit soaking that I probably should take care of. But those are the 3 things that I really wanted to get done. It's probably been about a half an hour now. I can feel that this is stiffer. Like I can feel that the jeans are a little bit stiffer right through here, which I guess is a good thing because that'll help keep it from unraveling. But it didn't change the look on the outside, and I don't think it's going to be uncomfortable. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to continue letting it dry over here, just as so. I'm pretty happy with the way that the button turned out. That was actually easier than I thought. And then there are a couple more things that I think I'm going to try to repair today. So this one I forgot to mention at the beginning, so I'll just run through it, and let me just put you right there. One of these days I might get an actual standing mic. I don't know. We'll see. But these are Smart Wool, like leggings, and they're insulated wool leggings. So they're mostly merino wool, but they also have like stretchy fiber in them. I don't know that it says anywhere on here. But I wear these in the winter when I wear them a lot. I wear them when I'm at work and it's a colder day because I have to walk outside and some of the classrooms are kind of chilly, so I'll wear them underneath my pants. I also mostly wear them when I ride or when I go out to do horse stuff in the winter when it's really, really cold. And I love these things, but I wear them so much that I have worn a hole in them. This is like the butt-ish area where they just get a lot of friction because, let me see if I can show you better. So like, here's the back side of the pants, and this right here. So it's like the upper thigh where my thigh meets my butt cheek has just started to disintegrate. And so what I want to do for these, it doesn't need to be pretty. They are starting to like stretch and disintegrate in other areas too. I have worn these for 2 seasons, and in the winter when it's cold, I wear them every single day. So they have probably gotten, like, looking at the 2 seasons of winter, they've probably gotten like 365 days worth of like heavy use. So I'm not too worried about them lasting for like a significant amount of time, but it also wouldn't hurt to just like reinforce this here. I don't think this gets a lot of stretch. Like, I don't think that's the problem, because the other side is doing pretty good. I think something might have snagged there. I'm not too worried about it remaining super duper stretchy. So what I'm going to do, and I might repair this on this side because these are not worn by themselves, so I don't need them to be like perfect. But I do have sensory problems where, like, if I can feel the patch, it's going to bother me. So I'm going to patch these on the outside, and I'm going to patch them with a t-shirt that is like a slightly like a jersey-ish material, I think. And then I am just going to do like hand sewing around it roughly, and I'm going to call it a day. Like, I'm not going to do a whole lot for this. I'm not too worried about these lasting forever. They're starting to get really thin, like right across through here. So I imagine I'm going to need to replace these, but I do think I can get 1 more season of wear out of these. So like 3 years of wear and maybe more. They'll just be, you know, holy. But at some point, I'm going to stop repairing them probably. Just because they are getting really, really, really thin. So I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to repair this. And then if more holes pop up, I will repair. And then I'm just going to wear them until they literally are falling off my body. So I'm going to find something to patch this with. And then I'm going to put my black thread back on. And maybe I have some thinner black thread. That would be ideal. I think I do. I think I have some machine black thread. And then just see what I can do. I don't know how to hand sew a stretchy stitch. So I might try to replicate like a zigzag stitch like you would do on a machine with hand sewing. Or I could pull out my sewing machine. It does not do a zigzag stitch either, though, so that would be kind of pointless. I'll just hand sew it. Okay, this could be a mistake, but I think I'm going to try to patch it with just this black non-stretchy sheet here. If, like, worst case scenario, I can just take this off and redo it later. But I think I'm going to have to do some digging to find, I swear I saved like a t-shirt or a scrap of jersey fabric that I could use to repair this, but I don't know what I did with it. I do have some other like fully intact, like 2 and 3 yards of like jersey fabric, but I'm intending to use those to make a couple of things like those. I don't know if you've seen some of my prior videos, you may remember me talking about a dress I want to attempt to recreate. So when I make those and have leftovers, I can then repair it with actual jersey, like stretchy fabric. But for this, I think I'm just gonna try to use just this black remnant of I think this was a queen sized bed sheet. And I'm just gonna see if I can use that to repair this, because it probably doesn't need a whole lot of stretch. But I'm gonna move you out of my way and see what I can do. Okay, so I put a patch on the outside. I'm going to try these on for you in a little bit, but and for me to see if they fit, or if this patch is going to be tolerable. I tried to cut it on the bias, I think is what it's called, so not the straight grain, so that the direction that the pants are going to need to stretch is on the part of the fabric that will want to stretch. So I think I have another patch around here somewhere. Yeah, I cut out an extra patch just in case I wanted to patch the inside. So like this direction stretches really nicely. This stretches really nicely because this is on the bias. It's not on the straight grain. This is on the straight grain. And I don't know if you can see much of that, but there's not a lot of stretching going on. Maybe I'll get a little closer to the camera. So like this is cut on the straight. This is the straight. This is the bias, and then this is the bias. So there's a little bit more of a give in those side-to-side directions. So I kind of did that since this is not a jersey fabric. And then I didn't do any kind of stretchy stitch. I actually did a back stitch to make it super secure to kind of hold all those in. I'm going to keep this patch. I may put it on the inside to protect those fibers. And let me show you. Let me get close. Okay, so this is what my patch looks like. It is bubbled out because I kind of shaped it the way, like hopefully when it's on my butt and my thigh, that will be like sitting more flat. Again, it doesn't really matter. It's just for warmth. And then the inside, you can see, is quite a bit frayed and messy, but I'm like, I kind of want to leave it like that because I think that'll be more comfortable, but I have that other patch just in case I want to add to it. So I have decided, executive decision, I am not going to repair these today. I am just not up for it, and I want to make sure that I do a really good job on these, since that is, like, I will be able to feel it when I walk. So I'm going to wait on these. Those might be for another video. When I try on the jeans and the insulated leggings, I will try this on to get your opinion. But I am going to do some cleanup, and then I'm going to try on some things for me and for you, and then we'll wrap this video up and call it a day, and then I will get to grading. Okay? Go team. Oh, I forgot I was going to try to fix this. I think this is also going to be for a future video. Maybe I'll do some research on iron repair, but I feel like I've got enough done for the day. I think we'll save iron repair, sock mending, and anything else I come up with for a future Fix It With Me video. All right. Maybe this will be a series. This plant is huge. You're kind of in the way, buddy. You're also kind of dusty. I've been recording for an hour and 40 minutes. Wow. Time has passed so fast. First things first, I'm gonna put the jeans on, I think. All right, so these are the jeans. I may turn you a little. Let me turn you here. These are the jeans. You know, they're not perfect, but for my first time tailoring a pair of pants, I'm pretty proud of them. So you can see, I think from like, trying to feel it, from like right here all the way up to here is what I ended up cutting out and like sewing in. And then that's where I put the fray stop. So you can see that it didn't go through. Again, it's not perfect. There's like a little bubble here. You can tell that something has happened here in terms of sewing. But on the bright side, there's not a big line there. And I think the fray stop is going to work. And like, I can't feel it. Even though the fabric itself is a little stiffer, I can't feel that on my butt as I'm wearing these. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I think this was a success. I will see how this wears. And I probably won't update you unless it goes poorly. So if you never hear about these jeans again, you can probably safely assume that they've done great and that it's worked out. All right, happy with the repair of this shirt. You can see there's one little guy right here. There's one here. There's one in the back somewhere. I can't feel it anymore, so I don't know where. And then there's some less pretty ones on my cuffs. But again, it doesn't matter. I just want to be able to wear it. Actually, the one that mattered the most, that was the most noticeable, is the most hidden, which is exciting. But I'm going to put the other shirt on, and I'm going to put the leggings on, and we can discuss from there. All right, starting with the leggings, I cannot feel the repair at all. And I actually had to like feel around to figure out where it was at. It is right here. I don't know if you can see that or even want to see that. But it is on like the inside of my thigh right here. And it feels like just as stretchy as the rest of the fabric there. Like, yeah, I can feel it on the outside, but just wearing these, I can't feel it. And again, that's like the important part, is that I can't feel it when I'm wearing them, so it doesn't bother me. And I think it's going to be secure enough. But I do have that second patch. I don't know why I'm out of breath. But I do have that second patch that I can put on if I feel like it's still fraying too much on the inside. But I think this is a good fix for now. And then this is the shirt. This is the shirt situation I was telling you about. And I'm going to tilt the camera up a little bit, just so I don't have to worry about whether or not I'm in frame. I like this sweater. I like it okay. Mom, if you want this sweater, let me know and I'll give this to you rather than me like frogging it or trying to fix it. when I first got it, and again, I got this at a thrift store. When I first got it, this wasn't like sewn. So I put a little tack just right in here to prevent it from splaying open, because it would splay open really bad. What I don't like about it is the way that this collar lays. Like, I can't get it to stay. As I wear it, it like flops open. I'm just not a big fan of it. And then overall, like, as much as I like the garment, I don't love the garment. Like, I think I would like this better if I could, like, either do something about this neckline, or if I could just take the yarn and do something else with the yarn, like making like a lace weight like garment, which now that I say that, I don't know that I want to make a lace weight garment, but I would be happy to pair this with something and make like a cashmere / wool garment. This is 100% cashmere, but I think, yeah, 100% cashmere. But like pairing it with another yarn so that it has some of those cashmere qualities, but is like more reasonable to knit with. At least for me, I don't know that I'm a lace weight knitter. I think fingering weight is maybe my limit. But let me know what you think. Like, I think it fits fine. It is a soft sweater. I really like the material. I just hate this neckline. I don't like the way this sits on me. Throughout the day, it like flops over or like folds down. And it like sags. It just doesn't look crisp like I want it to. And even then, I'm not a big fan of like the look of this. I don't know. You let me know, please, what you think. Do you think I should just like take this apart? I think I would be able to. Looking at the seams, it looks like it is like, this isn't cut knit fabric. This is like, it was knit to the specifications and then it was like sewn together, not like cut out. So I think I could unravel this and get one solid piece of yarn from like the body, one solid piece of yarn from the arms, etc. I think that's a possibility, but it is cashmere. I don't know if cashmere is difficult to unravel. So that's another consideration. And then, is it worth it? Like, is the unraveling payoff worth it? Or is there something that I can do with the neckline to make it better? Or is this one of those things that you think like, don't waste the time, the effort, or destroy a perfectly wearable garment, and maybe I should like donate it, give it away, find a friend who would wear it, or mom, if you want this, let me know. I know you are the same size as me, and I think you would like it. So I don't know. I just wanted to get your opinion and feedback on it, because I don't wear it very much. It's been sitting in my closet, and I've made the decision that I need to either fix it, frog it, or get rid of it, because I'm not going to wear it as it is. The temporary tack here definitely helped, but I still didn't wear it as much as I thought I would. So I would rather it be used or worn, or the yarn used. So I got a little fuzzy here. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, I'm a little nervous to edit this video. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of like cutting out and fast forwarding, but it was actually really fun to make. I felt like, I got a lot done. I'm pretty proud of what I did. And now I have things that I've been wanting to fix are now fixed. And maybe now I have some future motivation to fix these other things that I also want to fix, but don't feel up to it today. But again, thank you for going on this little journey with me. I appreciate you. I'm going to finish up my spring break by grading some papers and some exams so that my students don't get mad at me on Monday morning, which is tomorrow. It is Sunday. I love teaching. I really do. But it's so hard to go back to work after a week off. All right. Thanks for watching. Like if you like the video. Subscribe if you want to hang out more. And I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.